Hello, gang. Brand new day. Brand new. It's kind of cold, whatever. Alright, chat. I think we probably know what the deal today is, but in case you don't. In case you don't. What, am I stupid? What? Oh, here we go. We're gonna rank them, boys. It's time for another tier list video. Hooray! Everyone's favorite. It's not like people got mad at me over the last one. No, that's just not true. Alright. So we got, I think it's 24 new commanders in Modern Horizons 3. Hold on. Apologies if I might have to clear my throat once in a while. Like I said, before last stream, I'm still recovering a bit from COVID, so I'm not perfect yet, but I'm like 90% there. All right, let's get this show on the road, people. Kozlik is up first. That's the wrong one. Oops. All right. So, can that please not, thank you. Alright, cool. Alright, so, we got Kozlik, the Broken Reality. 9 mana for a legendary Eldrazi creature. When you cast this spell, up to 2 target players each manifest 2 cards in their hands. For each card manifested this way, you draw a card. And a reminder, to manifest, you just put a card from your hand on the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and you turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it is, in fact, a creature. And finally, he is a cardless anthem and that gives all your other cardless creatures +3/+2, and he's a 9/9. So I actually really like this Kozlik a lot. I've seen people say like, oh, he's not that good. He's like, half of the reason you played original Kozlik was just for the card draw and the big body. This is like more power across more bodies you kind of do this like weird mind rot on a person, just make them lose 2 cards. It manifests. If they manifest creature cards, then they can turn face up at any time. That part might suck, but even then, if you do, if they manifest, you know, creatures with ETBs and whatnot, they lose those. It's still like they lose 2 cards on hand, especially if they're non-creatures, right? He does a lot, I think, for his mana cost. For 9 mana, you get like what? It's 9 plus 2 manifests plus the anthem. That's 19 power. You get 19 power across 3 bodies, and you draw 4 cards, and somebody else loses 2 cards. That's a lot. You honestly could do this like really weird manifest deck with him. He is the cheapest, so one thing that I think is interesting about him is that Cloudstone Curio with him is like you can just keep casting him over and over and over again with Curio, because you cast Kozilek, you get your oh, actually, you know what? No, you can't. Oh, wait. The cast trigger. So you actually put the manifests on the field first, and then he enters. So no. Okay. Oops. I was under the impression that you could like use this, just kind of cast Kozilek and then immediately get him back, so you can just keep doing the cast trigger over and over and over again. That's wrong. That's not true. I still think it's good in that deck though. Like there honestly might be some like really weird like manifest spam Kozilek to just keep getting 2/2s over and over again, draw 4 cards over and over again. There might be a deck there. If you can get, if you could somehow, God forbid, get like 18 mana, you can cast him twice in a single turn and just keep making 2/2s. He kind of is a way to help close the game out by himself. You could do like Deceiver of Form to turn your manifests into like big Annihilating Eldrazi. So maybe this deck is a little lighter on mana curve, and you just run a few like utility Eldrazi, like Artisan of Kozilek for recursion and stuff like that. There's that one like weird scroll thing. I think it's like Scroll of Fate. There's Scroll of Fate. You could do this weird like manifest deck with Kozilek, I think. I don't know. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it exists. Welcome to the stream, Friendly Shadow. Happy to have you here. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I think that was there. I think in terms of like just raw value for what he provides for yourself, I honestly think he's probably is the strongest of the 3 new Titans we got in the set. But as a commander, I mean, he draws cards, right? Like you played the Oath of Gatewatch Kozilek for the card draw alone, because you would just play all these mana rocks and dump your hand, and then just cast him, refill your hand, and start casting giant 8, 9, 10 drop Eldrazi. He's manifest too. I think that's cool. He's an anthem. He helps closing him out. He kind of gives you an opportunity to go wide, rather, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I think he provides the most value alone by himself compared to the other Titans in the set. And since we're covering Kozilek, we'll do Ulamog and Emerald now. We might as well. That's the wrong one again. I'll put that over here. We got Emrakul, the World Anew, 12 mana for a legendary Eldrazi creature, of course. When you cast this spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls. She's got flying and protection from spells and from permanents that were cast this turn. And when Emrakul, the World Anew, leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control, and she's got Madness for 6, colorless, which won't come into play if you're playing Commander, because she's gonna be in your command zone. Or if you're playing her as a commander, rather. Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm fine. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill. Alright, I'm alive. I'm not dead. All good. So I what are you doing if you see this in a command zone, right? What are you doing? I feel like you kind of gimp yourself a bit because people can see the cash trigger coming, so people are just gonna be sure not to like overcommit against you. I would think, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. So the protection's nice, obviously. I will say she is a flying commander with, actually, yeah, like she's a flying commander at a 12/12, so she two-shots people with commander damage, and she's got protection from like everything. I definitely think Emrakul has like the strongest protection effect ever printed, like compared to like protection from everything, right? This is the same thing. What does this not protect from that protection from everything does? I would think nothing, right? Okay, I guess combat damage, right? People can block her if they have flyers. People can block her if they have flyers, and then that's it. So it's like just a little shy of being protection from everything. Of being protection from everything. If she leaves the battlefield, you sack all your creatures. I don't really think that's ever gonna matter. I feel like people are just gonna wrath if you cast her. I don't really know many people who play like Soul Shatter in their decks, and that's like the only way you'd lose her without getting just outright wrathed. Problem with that is that she doesn't provide card draw, and I feel like colorless commanders really need card draw. At least if you're building typical Eldrazi. I mean, what other way would you build her even? I don't know. She just kind of is a big, dumb, fat, splashy spell in the command zone. She doesn't really give you cards like conflicts do. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like, cause like, there's always been like the Ulamog, Season's Hunger, and Emrakul, the Promised End. You could play those, but no one does because they want card draw. You want to draw cards. I'll put her in C tier. 12 mana command zone's a lot. I don't think you really want a effect like that in the command zone because again, I think people are just gonna be more wary of the cast trigger. Because they'll just be sure to not overcommit their board, so they lose everything if they get hit by her cast trigger. Next up, we got Ulamog Defiler, 10 mana for a legendary Eldrazi creature, obviously. When you cast this spell, target opponent exiles half their library, rounded up. Pretty good. Ward, sacrifice 2 permanents, that's a pretty good protection effect. Ulamog enters battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. And then finally, Ulamog has Annihilator X, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. If you ever wanted to like feel the joy of like original Emrakul's Annihilator 6 trigger, this is how you do it, right? Like previously the best thing we had was like Annihilator 4 on like original Ulamog and Kozilek. This could be like, dude, this could be like Annihilator 12 if you exile like a Galta with the cast trigger or something, right? This can very easily be like an Annihilator 12. Annihilator 4 already was like you lose the game against certain decks. And Annihilator 12 was like just kill someone. You target the green player with this and you exile their 7-drop, 8-drop, whatever, and then you just kill their whole board, right? The ward is actually pretty good too. It's 2 permanents. They can sack tokens, so it's not so much a big deal in token decks. The cast trigger I think is actually really nice. Just target the blue player and like exile all their combo pieces, or any combo deck in general. As a commander, if you really hate combo decks, sure. There's a very decent like luck roll that the cast trigger just kind of exiles the combo player's pieces and then they just lose. Unless we're playing food chain and then you hit their Miss Hollow Griffin and Eternal Scourges, but you don't hit their food chain. In that case, you help them. That sucks, right? That sucks. But you know, this is how it is. As a commander, huh? I think he probably honestly is a better pick than Emrakul for the command zone slot, right? Like it's just, again, your opponents can play around Emrakul, they can't play around Ulamog really that much. Where is he? There he is. I'll put Ulamog in B tier. There you go. Kozilek A, Ulamog B, Emrakul C. Great start. Next up, we got Shil Gengar, Sire of Famine. Apparently, this is the demon that created all the vampires on Innistrad, or so I have heard. I don't know how true that is, but 3 black for a flying legendary Elder Demon creature. Elder Demon, yo, we got one more card for Elder Tribal. Let's go. Sack another creature, create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create a number of blood tokens equal to its toughness instead. Interesting. Orzhov. Sacrifice 6 blood tokens. Return each creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Those creatures are, in fact, vampires, in addition to their other types. Interesting. I'm questioning how worth it even is to go into the angel theme here, honestly. Like, are there any angels that have, like, death triggers? I get, like, okay, so you probably want to run some, right? Because, his trigger just requires you to sack 6 blood tokens, so you can, like, activate his thing, get your whole graveyard back, and then just sack 1 angel and get enough blood tokens to do it again. Problem with that is that all the creatures have finality counters, so it's kind of like, what's the point, right? Maybe you could do a thing where it's like, you just take advantage of the fact that the blood tokens are artifacts, so you're actually just like black, white, or like it's like Orzhov artifact, creature, aristocrat deck. That could be a thing. I'm really not sure where this guy lies, honestly. Sacking any creature make a blood. He is a free sack out in the command zone. That's cool. He's a 6/6 flyer. He's a big body. You know, in a way, he actually is a very good reanimation enabling commander, right? Because yeah. Okay, I see it now. So you sack creatures to make blood tokens. You crack them early on to actually bin all your big threats you want to cheat out, like all your, you know, giant demons or angels or whatever, right? And then, yeah, okay. So the blood tokens are meant to be as like, use them early to fill your graveyard, and then when you're ready, just get your whole graveyard back and just win the game from there. All right, I see it. I see the pattern. Problem is that this is opponents can just see what's gonna happen from a mile away, so they're just gonna kill him. Like, this guy's a must remove, right? Or he's not, depending on, you know, what your graveyard is. If someone in graveyard hates you, do you care about him at all? He's a 6/6 flyer, I guess. I think it's cool. I think it's alright. The angel thing's a little weird. I'm not sure what angels you're sacking. I feel like angels almost always have like good ETBs or just good beaters in general. I don't think you want to be sacking angels, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I'll put him in B tier. I think he's cool. I'm not really sure what his decklist would look like though. We got Ashling. Oh, here we go. That's alright. We got Ashling Flame Dancer, 2 red for a legendary 4/4 elemental shaman creature. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps in phases end. I like that. That's cool. She's got Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If this is the second time it's been resolved this turn, Ashling deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If it's the third time, add red, 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 red. Interesting. She's very interesting, I think. So no matter what, you're always going to loot whenever you cast or copy any instant or sorcery spell, no matter what. So fill your graveyard with a bunch of instant sorceries. You can go for a Mythic's Mastery play, 100%. Let me actually move my camera up just a tad. There we go. Yeah. So you can go. Wow. You could go for like a. Did I get him? No, I missed him. Fuck. I saw a little net flying around. You could go for like a Mythic's Mastery play where you're just kind of bending as many spells as you can, digging for. Actually, never mind. That's not good. I'm sorry, yo. I suck at this. I know. You could go for like a Mythic's Mastery play where you just keep bending multiple instant sorcery spells. You don't lose mana as steps and phases end, so as long as you can protect Ashling with like boots, Typical Shaker in your hand, you're just gonna bank tons of red mana. Plus, her ability lets you add red mana constantly. You can cast a bunch of 1-drop spells. I mean, on average, right? If you play like 3 1-drop instant source spells in one turn, or you just play, you know, rituals along with that, you're gonna net at least 1 mana, maybe 2 if you're playing like, you know, just free instant sources like Gut Shot, all that stuff. I think she's actually really cool. I think the problem here, the problem I would see with her as building her is that you gotta protect her. Having a Leyline Tyrant in the command zone, I think, is honestly kind of intimidating, considering the fact that red gets all these like giant X damage burn spells. So that's probably gonna be really scary to your opponents. So I would definitely bank up on like deflecting swats, bolt bends, kill trickeries. Any way you can like protect her at instant speed is gonna be good in my opinion. Lightning Greaves, boots, all that good stuff. And then you're just playing like this really cool Storm deck that can go for like a Mythics win, Underworld Breach win. I think she's cool. I like her a lot actually. In terms of like mono red commander designs, dude, she's actually really cool. She's actually really cool. I'll put her in A tier. Next up, we got Skoa Ember Mage. Skoa Ember Mage. Okay, all right, dude. All right, you know what? Fucking, I'm just gonna. Look, y'all, it's a limited card. Skoa is a limited card. Don't get mad at me for putting him here. Do not. Skoa is a limited card. Don't get mad at me for putting him in below F. It's not my fault. Eladamri. Oh my god. We got Eladamri Corvectal, 1 green for a legendary 3/3 elf warrior creature. You may look at a top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells top of your library. You can pay green and tap him to tap 2 untapped creatures you control, reveal a card from your hand or top card of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. Activate it only during your turn. During the spoiler video, I said he was an Elvish Piper combined with a Vizier Mastery. That's not exactly true. Elvish Piper lets you do her ability at instant speed. He is notably only at sorcery speed, which is a downside. I still think this is like everything you possibly want in a Mono Green Commander. He's card advantage, he's mana advantage for letting you cheat things into play. You just cast creatures top of your deck. Like, I don't even know what to say here. Like, go Elf Ball because he himself is an elf. Sure. Go Mono Green good stuff because you can. What were we gonna say? He's just pushed green slop. He's just pushed green. He's literally just pushed green slop. That's all he is. D tier, not because he's bad, because he's a very bland design that I think is very not interesting. Next up we got, what was it? 6. Next up we got 6, Ren's other half. 2 and a green for a legendary tree folk creature with reach, 2/4. Whenever 6 attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. Okay, pretty cool. 2/4, so it's not an amazing attacking body, but it's decent. As long as it's your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace, which means you may cast permanent cards from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying your other costs. So I honestly think 6 is actually pretty cool. There's a ton of green cards that let you like search for a ton of lands and put them into your hand, and those just don't see play at all. Like beyond Cultivate Economic's Reach, there's also a ton of weird ones. Like I think it's like Discover the Horizon, something like that, where it's like 4 mana, go and get 3 lands in your hand. There's a Storm card in green that lets you go and grab a ton of bases in your hand. I think it's called Sprouting Vines, so that card would be really cool here. I think a commander that gives your lands extra utility, not by playing them, but by discarding them, is actually really cool. I think it's actually a really neat design space. I guess the question at that point is like, what are you retracing, right? Notably, there is like, so the first thing I think of is like Mishra's Bauble or Urza's Bauble. Those are 0 mana artifacts. Let's say you have like 5 lands in your hand, right? You just keep casting Urza's Baubles or Mishra's Bauble over and over again. You know, like, I got 5 lands, I'll discard them all to cast Mishra's Bauble 5 times and crack it 5 times, right? So I'll draw 5 cards next turn. I just bin 5 lands, so that enables all my cards that let me pull lands from my graveyard to the battlefield, or even to my hand, right? I'm honestly not sure what green cards let you return multiple lands from your graveyard to your hand. I'm honestly not sure. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I'm actually really curious. I actually want to see. Green, return, land, graveyard, hand. I don't think there's a lot. There's an Earthquake Trick. No, don't play him. Don't play him. There's Groundskeeper. You could use Groundskeeper to return Force the Graveyard. Oh, Life from the Loam. Duh. Easy. So Groundskeeper lets you just pay 2 and return lands to your hand to keep doing retrace over and over again. Life from the Loam. Just get back 3 lands every turn. Amazing. Great card for this deck. That's all I can really see at the moment. I think it's cool, right? I much prefer designs like this over just like, oh, green creature, go unga bunga. 6 is cool. I like her a lot. Really cool design space. You know what? You know what? Yeah. Yeah, S tier. S tier. I like it. S tier. Great monocolor design, honestly. I can't deny. Alright. We got Arna Kennerud, Sky Captain, 2 white, blue, black. So an Esper commander. 5 mana for a legendary 4/4 human knight creature with flying and lifelink and war. Discard a card. So it's a little something. Your opponent's got 2 for 1 themselves. They want to target her. Whenever a modified creature control attacks, double the number of each kind of counter on it. Then for each non-token permanent attached to it, create a token that's a copy of that permanent attached to that creature. So you can build her either counters, equipment, or auras. All of which I think are probably pretty good, right? If you go auras, you do lose out on all the green enchantresses to get card draw off your auras. There are still a couple in white though. There's, I think it's Core Spirit Dancer, which is like a 2 mana enchantress for only auras. And then there's just good old Mesa Enchantress, which is great in that deck. Equipment's not bad either. White has a ton of equipment tutors. I think that way to build is probably can be cool too. Counters, I think could be interesting. I really don't dabble enough in plus counter decks to know for sure how good that version is. I want to say without Grain, it's gonna be a little weak because you lose out on Hardened Scales and Branching Evolution, all the counter doublers, right? But then again, she herself is a counter doubler, so do you really need them? Do you really need them? Maybe not. Maybe not. I like her, right? She's flexible. There's a ton of different ways to build her. You could build like auras. You could build boggles, Esper boggles. You could totally do that. Just run all those like 1 mana K block creatures like Triton, Shore Stalker, and all of them. I like her. I like her. Arna, you get A tier. And you know what? As I look at this list, I'm realizing that I should probably move like everyone down a tier. I feel like Ulamog being in B tier and Shil Gengar also being in B tier is like not correct. Yeah, I'm sorry. That feels a little better to me. Ulamog being in the same tier as bit of an echo? Really? Interesting. I have not. Can I like? Where's my phone? I guess my own stream. I don't. One moment. I will try and fix that for you and make sure it's not on your end. Where is there it is. Sorry. Got it. I need to make sure it's not a thing on your end. Not saying it is. I should be sure because I don't remember that being a thing when I've checked out before. A bit of an echo. Are you sure? I don't hear it on my end. I can try and turn up the what is it? Hang on. Is it like background noise or like reverb echo? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Alright, where were we? Next commander. Next commander. What is it? I just saw it. Am I stupid? Oh, Genku. Alright. So, Genku Future Shaper. This is Tamio's husband, apparently. Does he know that his wife has turned to a stand? I don't know. Maybe. 2 white blue for a legendary 2/5 Moonfolk wizard creature. Doesn't have flying, flavor fail, instant F tier. Whenever another non-token permanent you control leaves the battlefield, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Create a creature token with those characteristics. 2/2 white fox with vigilance, a 1/2 blue Moonfolk with flying, or a 1/1 black rat with lifelink. And then you can pay 3 white blues, put a +1/++ counter on each creature you control. A little expensive. So I think he's weird, honestly. I think he's really weird. My instinct is to compare this guy to like Brago. It's like Brago just lets you blink your whole board every turn. This guy's the same mana cost, and what does he do? He's a way to help you expand your board. Brago does not do that. Brago is like the enabler, right? He isn't like Brago by himself can't really win games. Genku can't either, but at least Genku is giving you blockers and creatures and whatnot to actually just flood the board, help you just be proactive, right? Brago does not do that by himself. If you get like a Training Grounds out there, his ability actually becomes a legit threat, I think, because then it's only 3 mana to put a counter on your whole board. You can very easily go like 3 mana twice in a row, pay 1 white blue, 1 white blue, 2 +++ counters on your whole board. I think that's like legit scary. I think it's like an actual problem that people would be concerned with, especially if past turns you've been making a fox, a moonfolk, and a rat every single turn, right? I'm really not sure, honestly. Like, I think the rat, well, so I think the fox is the best one by default. I think most of the time you're not going to be going for the moonfolk or the rat unless you're, you know, it's going to be your second and third triggers. I guess you could go like flying sub theme and go for the moonfolk first and, you know, run all your flying matters cards. You could do that, I guess, and be a little more biased towards flying in general. Leaves the battlefield. So notice that, okay, the fact that it leaves the battlefield means that non-token permanents just being destroyed in general gets you 2/2 foxes with vigilance or whatever, moonfolk, rat, whatever. So he is kind of like board insurance as well, right? That's pretty cool. I like that. That's interesting. He's a little insurance in the command zone. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first read this guy, I was like, whatever. But as I'm sitting here discussing him now to myself and thinking about what he could do, I'm actually getting pretty high on him. I'll put him in B tier for now. I honestly might do some rearranging up here because Oolmog being in C tier feels wrong still. I don't know. Maybe not. Can I, like, expand a little bit? Alright, cool, thank you. Next up is, this dude. I like this dude. This guy's cool. We got Imsker Iron Eater. 6 black red for a legendary demon creature. It's a 5/5. He's got affinity for artifacts, so he costs 1 less for each artifact you control. When Imsker Iron Eater enters a battlefield, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is half the number of artifacts you control, rounded down. So if you control 4 artifacts, you draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. And then he's got the Bosch ability, where it's you pay for second artifact and you deal damage equal to the artifact's minimum value to any target. So this is just like power crap Bosch, right? Like Bosch is like unplayable. Bosch is this like extremely bad golem by today's standards. I'll go and grab him real quick. For anyone doesn't know, this Imsker is just Bosch but better. He's card draw. He's an extra color, so you get all like your Marionette Masters and the new Marionette Apprentice, right? And with Modern Rises 3, he's just way better. There really wasn't any reason to actually build like tried and true affinity in Commander, because what's the payoff? Oh, Mirror Enforcer, 0 mana 4/4. I mean, it's cool, but it's not that good. In a format with 120 life you got beat through. So I think the black, I think, gives you a ton in terms of like artifact effects. What is that? Marionette Master. I swear there's like a black card that lets you like second artifact and draw cards equal to the mana value. That might be wrong. I might be mistaken. But I swear a card like that exists somewhere. It might be a different color. I'm not sure. But I think it's cool, right? Pay for second Mirror Enforcer, deal 7 damage to someone's face. That's cool. He gives you card draw, so you can play all your 0 mana artifacts, your Mem Knights, Ornithopters, and be okay with it, because you're going to draw cards when you cast your 2 mana 5/5 commander. I like him a lot. I think he's really cool. Like if there's any commander here I'm going to build, it's probably this guy. He's probably great in a budget, too, which is amazing. Oh, Soldier's Companions, Mirror Enforcers, so expensive. They're like 25 cents. He's probably great in a budget. He seems fun to play. I think playing like actual affinity and commander seems really fun. Paying 4 to deal like 7 damage to someone's face just sounds fun to do. I like him. Imsker, I'll put you in A tier. Solid A tier. Who's next? Oh, Kudo. Kudo. Wonderful. Where is he? Kudo. Am I stupid? There he is, right from my face. Alright. Kudo, King Among Bears. Green and white for a legendary 2/2 bear creature. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to their other types. So, the obvious synergy that everyone points out is original Elish Norn, because your opponent's creatures are 2/2s. What does Elish Norn do? Gives them -2/-2. So you can assemble your own, like, it's a board wipe, and then also like a just no one can play creatures ever, which is pretty good. I can't lie. I'm not gonna deny. The sadist in me really wants this guy to make them actually lose all abilities and just be humility in the command zone, because I'm awful like that. It probably shouldn't say that, because I'm sure command players would be seething if humility at 2 mana was printed for the commander zone. Sorry, I know I suck. Anthems are probably gonna be great in this deck. I think Hate Bears, ironically, is probably good as well, because Hate Bears plus Anthems mean your Hate Bears are always gonna win in combat, unless your opponents double block, in which case, you know, they're putting more on the line to get blown out with, like, I don't know, instant speed Anthem effects. Trying for the hordes, if that's the thing we're playing. I think it's cool. I think he's a pretty interesting potential, like, Selesnya stacks commander, to be honest, right? I think Hate Bears is cool in casual commander. I think, like, hardcore just, like, stacks for no reason is cringe. Like, stacks is cool when there's a theme behind it. If you're just, oh, Spear Resistance, turn 2. Why? I don't know. Just felt like it. Like, Blood Moon's fine. Harbinger of the Seas, the Blue Moon is fine. Sphere Resistance and, like, stack pieces with no, like, flair behind them are cringe, right? I like Blood Moon. Blood Moon, Sphere Resistance. I like Kudo. Kudo's cool. I'll put him in. He's a 2-mana commander. Y'all know I love my cheap commanders. I do love my cheap commanders. Is A tier right? Dude, there's 5 A tier commanders. We're like halfway through the list and there's 5 A tier commanders. That feels not correct. I feel like I'm being too generous with the A tier. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'll leave it. Whatever. Alright, we got Nadu Winged Wisdom. To make players swear he's different. He's not. He's not different. Nadu Winged Wisdom, 1 green blue for a legendary bird wizard creature with flying as a 3/4. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes a target with spell or ability, reveal top card of your library, puts a land card, put it onto the battlefield, otherwise put it into your hand. This ability triggers only twice each turn. Ooh, we upgraded. We upgraded, chat. It's twice a turn now instead of once. Ooh. Oh my god. Guys, it's. He provides reparations in the command zone for your stuff getting targeted. That's cool, I guess. But once again, it's just a Cynic commander that's ramp and card draw. That's cringe. Shuko fucking spiked to like $15 apparently because of this guy, which is so cringe. I am so disappointed in all of you. How? Literally, how does that happen? This guy is not interesting. Oh, yes. Ramp and card draw. It's not like we've seen this commander design pushed and printed like 5 times before. AC, Tatiova. There's more. I know there's more. I'm not mistaken. EDH Rec, help me. I know they exist. I'm not crazy. Hawkball, kind of, in a way. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Has it really only been like 2 ramp draw commanders? Does Rashmi count? I feel like she kind of does, right? Jadzi counts for sure, yeah. Oh, Uro, right? Duh, obviously. Yeah, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, alright? I don't like it. It's just rampant card draw. But Bounce Man! But Bounce Man! But Bounce Man! The 0 mana equip artifacts are so good in this deck! I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Tulane. Tulane counts, true. Tulane's banned, but it's still blue-green ramp card draw, right? Cringe. Cringe. It's cringe. Nadu, you know what? Okay. Let's fix this, alright? Eladamri is in D tier not because he's bad, but because he's just like pushed green slop. His design's not interesting at all. Nadu at the very least tries to make equipment stuff good, right? We're gonna move Eladamri down. I don't like him. Emrakul's in D tier because I don't know. She's a big splashy 12 drop. That's still more interesting than green creature card draw push slop, etc. I'll put Nadu in D tier because at least she tries to be interesting with all the 0 mana equipments and giving you reparations, having stuff targeted, all that stuff, right? Oh, here we go. Now, see, this is a good commander. This is a good commander. If I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? I'm not sure why the tier list site ordered them all out of whack. I don't understand how that happened, but it did. We got Necrobloom. We got Field of Dead in the command zone, baby. 1 white, black, green, Abzan for a legendary 2/7 plant creature. It's got landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie instead. And then land cards in your graveyard have dredge. That part's nuts. I could have swore Wizard said it like that, like dredge was too strong. We're never gonna print it ever again, and we got one that's also a Field of Dead command zone. It's Abzan lands, right? That's already a new design in general, right? I'm pretty sure we don't have a Abzan land commander. I am like almost positive. I'll check real quick just to be sure. Okay, Thalion the Gitrog monster. That kind of counts, right? Yeah, that kind of counts. Thalion and Gitrog exists. That's a land deck, so it's not a first. It's not a first. Giving your lands dredge, I think it's really nuts. Like you just because you get your lands back, you mill more lands, and you get more lands back, and you mill more lands. Just a never-ending cycle. You could honestly just build Necrobloom as this like just incidental value engine and just be like a reanimator deck. You don't even gotta be a land deck. You could just have the Necrobloom be this like value engine that gives you some incidental mill for card draw. Maybe makes you some 2/2 zombies, right? Once in a while with your fetch lands and all that. I like it a lot. There's so much you can do. You can do strip my shenanigans and with extra land drops, Crucible Worlds, all shenanigans. You can just be a hardcore Abzan Reanimator deck, just reanimate things and use your fetch lands as like just free mill. You could be aristocrats even. Sack creatures, do land shenanigans. I really think there's like a lot of ways to build this thing that's really interesting. I'd be here for like 15, 20, 30 minutes if I actually went into all of it. Which I have other commanders to get to. Necrobloom, I'm putting you in S tier because I think you honestly are probably the most flexible commander in this whole list, easily, without a doubt. You got Flage, Titan of Mid, even though I like her a lot. We got Flage, Titan of Fire's Fury, 1 red and a white for a legendary 6/6 Elder Giant creature. When Flage enters a battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Whenever Flage enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. And it's got escape for red, red, white, white. Exile 5 other cards to your graveyard. Flage, I love you. Alright, I really do. Flage, I love you. But you are not that good. So, for comparison's sake here, right? To the other 2 Titans we got. Uro, okay, that's not helpful at all. Uro gave you life gain, card draw, and ramp at 3 mana in the command zone. That's a lot. Alright. Kroxa was 2 mana to have every opponent discard a card. And if they didn't discard a non-land card this way, they lost 3 life. Right? So, 3 for 1. Or life gain ramp card draw. What does Flash do? Oh, maybe kill a small creature. Otherwise, you just hit a player in the face for 3 and gain 3 life. I really think I really think Flash, of all things, probably should have been 2 mana. I guess okay, maybe not. She probably wasn't 2 mana because if she was, she'd be like a staple in Burn in Modern, right? Because then they'd have 8 Lightning Helixes. That's probably too much, actually. Okay, yeah, no, don't do that. She should not be 2 mana, because then Burn and Modern would have like 8 Lightning Helixes. That's too much. Plus, they'd get a late game Helix as well, which is also probably not good for the meta game. Burn just becomes this matchup of like whoever draws more Flages wins. So maybe don't do that. Maybe 3 mana is the right price for Modern's sake. It could have been 4 damage, I guess. That would have been nice. I don't know. I think this one, unfortunately, I think Flash is more so designed for Modern than Commander. It sucks because I think Helix in Return is great. It's just cool. It's not even that good. It's just I'll attack a Lightning Helix. That's just fun. That's just fun to say. That's just fun to say. I don't think she's that good though. I mean, like you could do like life gain synergies. You know, Well of Lost Dreams. You know, attack trigger, pay 3 mana, draw 3 cards. You could do, you know, Boros life gain. That already exists with Fire Songs and Sunspeaker, but I think she's probably a lot more consistent because, you know, Fire Songs and Sunspeaker was this 6 mana commander. If they died, you kind of just got blown back to a Stone Age. That sucked. That didn't feel good. That never felt good. So I think she probably is a more fun way to do Boros life gain. I'll put her in C tier for now. I might move Ulamog down again, honestly, to Emerald tier, but we'll see what happens. Who's next? I didn't even look. Oh, Roshin. Yeah. Okay. Roshin Roaring Prophet. 2 red-green for a legendary 4/4 giant shaman creature. When Roshin enters battlefield, mill 6 cards. May put a card with X in its mana cost from among them into your hand. And you can tap her to reveal any number of cards with X in their mana cost in your hand. And you add 2 colorless mana for each card built this way. And you spend this mana only on costs that contain X. So here's the cycle I foresee happening with her, right? Hydras, right? You reveal, I don't know, we'll say a good number for just starting is 3, right? You reveal 3 X cards, right? Cast a Hydra. It'll be a 6/6, an 8/8, something like that, right? On the first Hydra. You play one of Green's 20 different variations of drawing cards equal to a creature's power, right? So, Life's Legacy, Momentous Fall, Greater Good, Return of Wild Speaker, all that stuff, right? You sack the Hydra, which is 10/10. You draw 10 cards, or 8 cards, or whatever the number is, right? Now you got more cards to reveal with Roshin. So next turn, you just cast a bigger Hydra. And then you sack that Hydra. And draw even more cards. And it just snowballs out of control until you're drawing like 40 cards off of 1 Hydra you sacked. Or whatever big, generic, fat X mana creature you cast, right? To be up 30 million. Problem with this is that Roshi needs to not die for that to work. But that's fine, because Green keeps getting all these like silly 1 mana save spells. So you can just run those. Or your Lightning Greaves, or Swiftfoot Boots, or whatever, right? You're in red, so you get Trickery, you get Deflecting Swat, you get Bolt Bend, all those good redirect spells as well. I think protecting her is honestly not that hard. Even if she does die immediately, she still got you a card, so you're not down on card advantage for the mill effect. Eventually you just get so many X cards in your hand that you just cast a Crackle of Power for X equaling enough and just kill a table, right? Easy. If she survives one turn cycle and you're allowed to sack a giant X creature, you honestly might just win from there, because you should draw a way to protect her at instant speed, or just protect her in general with like boots, some J's, some Nikes, right? She seems really good. I'm just saying, like, the snowball path is there. It's very easy what you would do. You just keep casting incrementally bigger hydras and creatures and whatnot, and stacking them, draw more cards. Reliquary Tower and Thought Vessel are slam dunks in this deck. You will draw so many cards in this deck if built properly. At least you should, I hope. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm just bad at Magic, who knows? Maybe I'm misvaluating her and this is actually a super awful commander. I don't know. I'm gonna put her in... See, this is what I'm saying, bro. A tier feels... I want to put her in A tier, because that feels like on the same line with the rest of these guys. But that'll be the 6th A tier commander. Whatever. You know what? Who cares? Fuck it. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's have all A tier commanders. It's not my fault Wizard made a bunch of actually good commanders this time. It's not my problem. Who's next? A Johnny. Oh. We haven't covered any of the Flipwalkers yet. Yo. Okay. Alright. And they're all lined up too. It's perfect. It's perfect. Alright, first one. We got a Johnny and a Cattle Pariah. All the Flipwalkers are like 2 mana or less. So, they're all cheap. I love that for them. I love me some 2 mana or less commanders, because those are just fun design spaces. When a Johnny enters, make his brother is a cat. Oh. That's lame, dude. This should be Jazal. It's so obviously meant to be Jazal. Why is it not Jazal? Oh my god. Okay. I guess you don't make his brother. Lame. Whenever one or more other cats you control die, whenever his brother dies, because that's how his spark ignited, his brother died, and he got angry and pissed, he transforms into a Decal Avenger. +2, put a +1/+1 counter on each cat you control. 0, make a 2/1 cat. When you do, if you're a red permanent other than a Johnny, he'll deal damage equal to the number of creatures you control to any target. That can be pretty good, honestly. -4, each opponent chooses an artifact, creature, and enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents in control, and then sacks the rest. Boros Cats, huh? Boros Cats. Vorthos players will love him, right? You can't play all the Selesnya Johnnies. That part sucks, but who cares? You can role play all the righteous anger of Johnny. You can play OG Lightning Helix, not OG, but the one with like the Helix coming out of his chest. He's like putting his arms out. He's roaring in the rain, dude. Easily one of the best arts ever, I'm just saying. His -4 is good. I guess my problem with this is that I don't know how good a Boros cat deck is gonna be. Arabo, the green-white cat deck from like Commander, what was it, 2017, dude? 2016? What year even was that? That deck had green cats for support, and it had to rely on this like really weird equipment sub-theme, which made me really not like that deck. You lose green, red gives you almost nothing in terms of cat selection. I've already checked. There's nothing there. So you just have red for, I don't know, what? Removal? Protection? With trickery and bolt bend and all that? I don't know. Impact, tremors? I don't even know what red gives you for a cat deck. I guess you do need red stuff to turn on his zero ability, right? To deal damage. It is any target, right? So if you spend enough tokens, a Johnny can zero and deal 15, 20 damage. It's pretty good, right? Putting a +1/+1 counter on your whole board can honestly get out of hand pretty fast, believe it or not. It's actually like really strong. On a +2, 2 on a 2-mana planeswalker. A cat does have to die for you to transform him. So I think you might want a couple of ways to sack your cats. Maybe throw a high market in the land base just to help turn them on. Because otherwise, people are just gonna kind of ignore your board as long as they can, right? As long as they have to. And guess what? If your board gets too big, they can just wrath you, and then Johnny never transforms. That would suck a lot. Look, I'm a Johnny fanboy, right? Johnny is easily like my top 3 characters in this whole game, so I like him. But I think Mono White Cats is gonna have some problems. I really think Mono White Cats is gonna have some problems, dude. We really just need like one more set to support cats. Almond Cat helped, right? We got Regal Caracol. That was honestly kind of it. Now I'm thinking about it. Adorn Pouncer, Pride Sovereign's green white, so you can't even play that here. We really just need like a new set to support with cats, dude. They're a cool tribe, but they just really don't have much. You're like almost forced to go into the equipment sub theme, and here you lose all the good green cats. So it's slim pickings, bro. It's slim pickings. I'll put him at top of C tier. I'll put him at the top of C tier. We got Tameo. Oh yes, the one that has no backside. That's right. Alright. Tameo, Inquisitive Student. 1 blue mana. So it's Ragavan. Not really, but it's close thing. We have this. That's Ragavan. Flying. Whenever Tameo attacks, investigate. 0/3. When you draw your 3rd card in a turn, exile Tameo and transform her, whatever. Right? Transforms into Tameo, Seasoned Scholar. +2. Until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, it gets -1/-0 until end of turn. -3, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a green card, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, I guess. -7, draw half your deck. You get no max hand size rest of the game. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. There's part of me that wants to, like, just actively try not to transform her. Because then she's a 1-mana flyer, like, evasive attacker that investigates every turn. That's good. That's good. You're in blue, so you get artifact synergies. You know what's useless? Cumberstone. Cumberstone is not a good card, alright? Even worse so on a Planeswalker's ability. Can it load, please? Skyfall. Now is not the time for this. I know it exists. There we go. This card is not good. No one plays this. You know why? Because giving your opponents -1/-0 is like nothing. It's like putting a wall of pillows to shield yourself from gunfire. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. It's good against token decks, I guess. But mono green player who's making 24/4s with their rampaging Baylofts in 1 turn is not gonna care about a -1/-0. Her -3 is fine, I guess. Are you doing Simic Spellslinger? I mean, okay, good for you, I guess, but it's not gonna be good. And of course her ult is good. Of course her ult is good. It's an ultimate. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to win the game if it gets there. I don't like her, y'all. I really don't. And it hurts to say that, because, like, I think Tamiyo's cool. She turned into a stand, bro. She literally turned into a stand when she died. That was her whole thing. That's cool. Her son became a stand user. It sucks because I actively don't want to transform her. I want to keep her on the front side because her back has like no text. Her back is completely blank. At least with this, I investigate every turn and bank up on artifact tokens. Evasive 1-drop creature that investigates every turn. That feels better than, oh, I will give you -1/-0 when you attack me. bad. I'm sorry, Tamio. You didn't deserve this. You deserve better. I'm sorry. She's not D tier. Is she D tier, chat? Is she D or C tier? Is she D or C tier, chat? I want to say, I kind of want to be mean and say D tier. Another part of me is saying she doesn't deserve that. She deserves at least C tier. I'll give her C tier. I'll give her C tier. Should I move Umwalk down? No, he's got a cool cast trigger. He's got a cool cast trigger. Alright, next up is Soren. Our boy. Bro, he is so twinky here. He is so twinky here. I'm sorry. Soren House Markov. 1 in black for a legendary 1/4 human noble creature with lifelink. He's got Extort, which is pretty cool. Extort like command zone is kind of pog. Getting your post-combat main phase if you gained 3 or more life this turn. So you paid Extort a single time in Commander. So he's like ridiculously easy to transform. Transform him, because obviously. Turns into Soren Ravenous the Innate. He's still got Extort. Love that. +2. Make a food token. -1. He deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target. Pretty good. -6. Steal a creature forever. Becomes a vampire. Give it lifelink if you control a white permanent other than that creature or Soren. So I've always liked Black-White Life Gain, right? I've always thought Orzhov Life Gain was cool. Extort in the command zone, I think, is honestly a first. I don't think there's anything legendary with Extort, is there? No, it's literally just Soren. So, first time ever a commander has Extort. That's cool. I understand why he makes food tokens and doesn't just gain a life outright. It's to try and set up for the -1 ability. So you make food tokens for 2 turns, then you sack them all at once, gain 6 life, hits 1 for 6. Alright, I get that. He's kind of like a one-off Sanguine Bond. Or it's like, you know, Sanguine Bond that doesn't always do the thing. But then again, you kind of don't really need Sanguine Bond to be a thing every turn, do you? You just gain much, you know, you cast Beacon of Immortality, gain much of life, kill someone with -1. Soren legit can just kill someone with his -1 if you cast the right cards and gain enough life. That's legit. His +2 sucks, but you're in Black-White. You got tons of ways to control the board. You got your board wipes and your toxic deluges, and you're in Black-White. Those are creature colors. You could be like Extort.deck, even though that's probably honestly not that good. Don't do that. His ultimate, I mean, it's there, but I don't really think you ever need to use it. You can steal a Eldrazi Titan with it, right? Steal your opponent's Emrakul with it. Pretty cool. There's a +2 as well, so you get to the -6 rather quickly, right? I mean, he's life gain, he's life drain, he's Sanguine Bond in the command zone. Flipping him is super easy, and his -6 is great removal. His plus kind of sucks, but I mean, I kind of don't want it to be too good. He's already 2 mana and really easy to flip. He's a 2 mana 1/4 for God's sake. It's a great stat line. Is he S tier, chat? Is he S tier? I think he's A tier at least, because I think he's at least a Black-White Life Gain commander that does a lot for what he brings to the table, to be honest. He's at least B tier for sure, I think. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling S, y'all. I'm kind of feeling S. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, let's do it. S for Soren. S for Soren. There you go. S for Soren. You got Ral up next. Where is he? I know he's here. There we go. Depressed Boy. Ral Monsoon Mage. 1 in a red for a legendary 1/3 human wizard creature. -1 delete player. Exactly. Exactly. That is the point. Soren. So Ral is already just a Goblin Electromancer in the command zone. That's cool. That already is cool. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell during your turn, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, gut shot yourself. Ouchie ouch. If you win the flip, transform him. He transforms into Ral, Leyline Prodigy, and he enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on him for each instant and sorcery spell you've cast this turn. +1, Electromancer, I guess. So he still has his stack ability. -2, you electrolyze, but you don't draw a card unless you have a blue permanent other than Ral. And his -8 is exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may cast instant and source spells from among them this turn without paying the mana costs. So he kind of has Storm, right? He kind of has Storm. I mean, if you cast 6 instant and or source spells this turn, right? He enters with 6 additional loyalty, so you can just -8 immediately. And if you cast 7, he stays around after you do the -8 initially, right? I honestly think that Ral might be like an actually really good attempt from Wizards to make a actually fun to play against Storm deck, right? Like they tried before with Nostro, that really stupid Chimera from Creator Legends, and it just didn't do anything a Storm deck wanted to do. It was like you scryed a bunch, you hit a creature, you kill a creature, or you like gained some life. None of which Storm wants to do. Ral gives you a really big payoff, and you don't even have to Storm that much. You don't gotta cast 20 spells. You gotta cast like 6 or 7. That's easy. That's no problem. And then you can run like your modal instant source spells, right? Like your MDFCs. There's the spells from Strixhaven that you can discard, make treasure. I think it's like Magma Opus and Elemental Masterpiece. You run those as well, so you got some modality on trying to storm off. I really like him. I think Goblin Electromancer in the command zone is already pretty cool, and then him being like a really cool take on Storm, I think it's fun. Yeah, Ral, you get A tier. I like ya. Next up is Grist. One moment, y'all. Okay. Grist, a single green mana for a 1/2 Death Touch legendary insect creature. Whenever Grist or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it enters from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, you may pay a single green mana. If you do, transform Grist. Resident Evil monster. +1, create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token, then mill 2 cards. Put a Death Touch counter on the token if a black card is milled this way. -2, disenchant, solid. -6 for each creature card in your graveyard, create a token as a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 black and green insect creature token. Of all the flip walkers you've covered in this and that are in this set, I think Grist very easily is the one that protects herself the best. Death Touch on a bunch of 1/1s is like an actual like deterrent. It's a legit problem. People don't want to swing into you because you'll just kill their 6/6 creatures with your 1/1 Death Touch creature. Her -2 is great. It's removal in the command zone. Her -6. They're 1/1s. So either you assemble a combo with your graveyard, or you just get a creature back that's gonna pump your whole board, right? But they need haste as well to actually get the pump to matter. I will say that So you're supposed to be like, you know, reanimator, right? Obviously, you know, you got to transform her. You got to cast stuff from your graveyard, or you know, have things enter from your graveyard rather. I mean, getting a bunch of 1/1s is just like, ugh, dude. The fact that a bunch of 1/1s is just like, I don't like that. I don't want them to become bad. Her +1 is good. Her -2 is good. Her ultimate is not that good to me, but that's probably because I just don't know how valuable. I don't know what the best things to get with her since she reduces their stats to 1/1 are, right? That's my issue. So I only know what the best creatures to run that deck would be. I guess if you have like enough Zulaport Cutthroats in the graveyard, right, and enough small creatures, you just get back all your Zulaport Cutthroats and Blood Artists and all of them. You just sack your whole board and win, probably, like something with that somehow, like with you know, War and Soul Trader, the new zombie goblin wizard makes much treasure. You probably don't need them to be bigger than 1/1 because you just sack the whole board immediately and win from there, probably. Ideally, anyways. You're milling 2 cards in return. You're getting 1/1 Death Touch creatures, so she's a token fodder creator to sack stuff with. She's cool. She's cool. I'll put her in A tier, just you know, because this is A tier dot list apparently. So Ajani, you know what? No, Tamiyo should not be in C tier. Ajani and Tamiyo being in the same tier is wrong. That is not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct. Who's next? Yeah. Where is it? Here we go. Pearl Ear, Imperial Advisor. 1 white for a legendary Fox Advisor. 3/4 creature with lifelink. Enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. Pretty cool. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent control, draw a card. So, mono white boggles. Right? Your enchantment cost less for auras, and this guy or girl, I can't really tell, honestly. I can't tell what the body type here is. My bad. I can't tell if they want you to stack auras on things that are already enchanted, right? Just curiously, I want to see, is there anything that's like, we'll say mana value less than 3 with hexproof? I'm curious, how many Boggle-esque creatures are there? Wow. Oh wait, I forgot to put on creature. Hang on. You have hexproof, doesn't count. You have hexproof, doesn't count. Hexproof from black, sure. You have hexproof, it doesn't count. Sun Gold Sentinel, gain protection. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe you play a bunch of Mother of Runes and just hope no one tries to kill your enchanted stuff with white removal spells? Right? Just play Mother of Runes, Giver of Runes, Skrelv, right? And maybe just play those. And just never choose white with them. They are a good source of white card draw, right? That part's cool. Plus it's mana advantage on your auras as well. I think aura decks are cool. Enchantment decks are cringe. They're like so overdone. And they get like just so much card draw and like so much insurance for their board that it's like it feels impossible to beat enchantment decks without a farewell. Legit, dude, like you can't Psych Rift them because then they just cast their enchantments again and draw a ton of cards. You can't blow up their enchantments because they also cast Replenish or the suspend version of Replenish. Or they'll cast Brilliant Restoration from Neon Kamigawa. So you can't do that either. You have to exile them, and we only have Farewell for that, and that's literally it. Like enchantment, like regular enchantment decks feel like almost impossible to beat without focusing them down, because nothing you do they really care about. They can get their board back easily unless you exile their whole board, which you have to, I think, in my opinion, to beat them most of the time with Farewell. But aura decks are cool. I like aura decks. Aura decks, yay! Enchantment decks, ugh. It's mana advantage. It's card draw. I do kind of wish Wizards would stop doing this thing where it's like they make weak strategies better by just stapling draw cards and mana advantage on them. I kind of wish they'd stop doing that and find ways to make them powerful without doing that. But I understand drawing cards, making things cost less, like one of the best things you can do. There's a reason Simic is so hated in Commander, and it's because they draw lots of cards and ramp a lot. Pearlier. What can I say? You get A tier. What can I say? The dog. The dog is next. What does this thing do? 1 white for a 2/2 legendary dog creature. Flash. Whenever Ophelia attacks, exile up to 1 Earth target non-land permanent. Gain next end step. Return a card battlefield under control. If it under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Ophelia. What? I gotta swing this 2/2 dog at people to blank one thing. It comes back with 1/+1/+1 counter on it. Are you kidding me? This is a joke? Am I? No, I'm not dead. This is real life. All right, cool. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Failure. Get in there. Ass. Garbage. Oh, yes. I was swinging my 2/2 dog at someone and blank one thing. I'm sure that my dog won't die. No, that's just not true. 2/2. Ugh. That thing can swing, no problem. God, what's the last one? Paragast. Alright. We got Haragast, 9 mana for a 6/6. Erupting Nullkite. I could have swore it said Hellkite for the longest time, but it's not. It's Erupting Nullkite. Legendary 6/6 Eldrazi dragon creature with a merge 6 red. When you cast a spell, you may exile your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. It's got flying, and each creature spell you cast is a merge. The merge cost is equal to its mana cost. So I think Haragast is cool, right? I mean, it's an Emerge commander. I really like Emerge. I really wish they bring it back somehow. So seeing us get an Emerge commander is awesome. Kind of wish it was more than just mono red, but it's still cool. There's like a ton of creatures in red and colors for that matter that are like, when they die, add mana. Like Cathodion. There's Cathodion. There's original Suchi, but this thing costs like $70, so don't buy this for this deck. It's not worth it. Mere Moon Vessel, I guess, is not terrible. There's Suchi Cave Guard. Suchi Cave Guard. Reducing Eldrazi by 8, add 8 mana. Pretty cool, I guess. I'm very interested in how Haragast ends up being built. I'm very interested to see like what the inclusions are of this deck, because you can't sack tokens. You have to sack non-token creatures, because Emerge only does something if the creature has a mana value, right? So you gotta play small creatures or reanimate small creatures. I'm not sure how you're gonna do that in mono red. Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack is great in this deck. You can cheat creatures out for cheap with Sneak Attack or the new Perforos from Beyond Death. Well, newer Perforos. So you can like do Sneak Attack shenanigans, and you cheat a thing out that's gonna die anyway. You sack that to Emerge, and then you cast a giant Eldrazi or giant dragon, whatever, right? It's like that. Haragast is cool. It's an Emerge deck. I really like Emerge. I think Emerge is a really cool mechanic that I hope Wizards finds a way to bring back in the standard at some point, because it's cool. It's just a cool mechanic. The flavor of like the alien baby like bursting out of your chest, being an Eldrazi thing. That's cool. That's just cool. All right. Paragas. What can I say? Get A tier. What a great list, y'all. Modern Horizons 3, you've outdone yourself. What a great cast commanders. Look at this. Look how many A tiers we have, dude. We have 9 A tiers and 3 S tiers. Skoa, you're more so just there because you're designed for limited. You're obviously not meant to be a commander. Eladamri, I hate you. You know what, Philia? I'll put you in E tier. You don't deserve to be paired with Eladamri. Eladamri is just green slop. Eladamri is just pushed green slop. I think I'm happy with this. I don't want to change any of these. I think I'm pretty happy with how this list ended up looking at the end. Yeah. Great list. Good job, Wizards. This is a legit, like, a really cool cast of commanders. Lots of A tiers this time. Very good. Very good. But with that, we're going to end the stream there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Reminder, we are live 4 p.m. EST, Monday through Saturday, every week. So tune in again if you want to watch this again. I will try and get a video of the stream up at some point. Hopefully within a week. Thank you all for watching. I am very happy with Modern Horizons 3 in terms of commander design space. Very good job, honestly, from Wizards on this time. Really good. A lot of great designs. Good job from all of them. I'm really excited to see some of these commanders at my LGS, hopefully soon. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to see maybe see me build some of these commanders, honestly, like for a deck tech video, let me know. And there'll be a video of this stream out at some point, hopefully within the next couple of days. So if you want to see me maybe do some deck techs on these commanders, let me know. I'm always looking for new content ideas. I'm still experimenting right now. I don't really know where I fit in, what my favorite stuff to make is. So yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me for this Modern Horizons 3 commander tier list. And I will see you all next time.